Hello and welcome to 4000 and Counting. I'm Watty, this is Mark, and today we are going to be talking about the Trafford Ice Rink. Planet Ice are going to be a new operator of a brand new ice arena in Trafford. Mark, I think when I shared this, I shared it on with the headline "Good news, bad news." Good news is we have a new ice rink. Bad news is Planet Ice are going to be running it. They don't have a great track. They don't have a great track record, and
No.
I understand that they are the biggest operator in the UK, but the fact that you've seen Basingstoke fall into a complete state of disrepair, like it's a shithole. Peterborough's not much better. Invicta isn't much better. I mean, we'll get onto it in a minute. We put a post out like asking for people's worst ice rinks in the UK because there was an article that came out in Basingstoke Gazette and it had Basingstoke at number 3. Bristol was number 1, Ali Pally was number 2. So quite clearly, whoever did this article didn't do any fucking research. But we did some research and we had a look, and the amount of times that Basingstoke feature on people's list, it was high. The amount of time that those other rinks were Planet Ice as well was high. Like there was multiples upon multiples of people putting in 5 Planet Ice rinks, and that can't be a coincidence. So yeah, good news, bad news. What do you make of it, first of all? The fact that we are going to be getting a new arena up in the Manchester area, that can only be great for the Elite League and the sport in general.
Yeah, that is the one positive to look at there. Definitely, we need more ice rinks. So to have what's the other Manchester in Altrincham?
Altrincham, yeah, Planet Ice Altrincham.
Yeah. So if you're gonna have 2 rinks in that area, then that's great for hockey. But like we said, like you basically said, the fact that Planet Ice are going to be operating it is the concern.
It is a concern, and I mean, I hope they go in and do a great job. Like, I really do, because
Yeah.
having an ice rink in, having an arena in Manchester is crucial for the sport to grow there. I mean, it's fine for them playing the Storm Shelter, but they're never going to be seriously competitive. And I'm not entirely sure on seating because it doesn't say, it just says arena. Arena to me, I'm just having a look at numbers there. No, an arena to me, you need at least probably 5,000. And
Exactly the figure I had.
If Manchester could get like a 5 to 7,000, a kind of Nottingham size, it needs to be bigger than Cardiff,
Yeah.
but it doesn't probably need to be as big as Sheffield. And again, though, it depends because this is going to be a multi-purpose arena, which we'll get to in a minute. Like maybe they go even higher than that to sell Beyonce tickets, Jay-Z tickets, whatever it is. They'll sell fucking as many as you want for an event like that. Ice hockey wise, though, if we can be in that 5-7 and they can start building it back up, Manchester's shown they'll support their hockey. I've played in the MEN when there was like fucking 16,000 people in there. It was insane.
I was about to say, like, given how it is today, it's hard to really say if attendances are going to be that big. It's going to take some time, of course,
Of course.
but I don't know. Having a venue in Trafford in that area is going to attract. So it's a sporting area with the likes of United there.
Yeah, of
Um,
course.
It'll be
I,
interesting to see the crowds that they could draw in because you always
not,
feel that Manchester don't feel their full potential being where they are. And as
of
you've
course not.
like
Like
said in
they're
the past, you've
filling.
had 16 odd thousand back in the day. So you can see the heights it could potentially reach, but it's hard to say in today's day and age if
Well,
it will max those heights.
well,
I
they're
don't wish to be
filling
negative.
the storm. No, but they're filling the storm shelter now pretty regularly.
Yeah.
And if you're getting to a stage where you're selling your house out and you get the opportunity to move, surely guys like Finn are being involved. I know there was an issue with the money and clubs getting wound up, and it turns out it was the guy that had the club before and all the other stuff that was going on and people are talking about online. Finn is a hockey guy. He's got good people that will help him. And you get an arena team in Manchester, I'm sure with the connections they have in the city, they'll start filling it, and it'll allow them to spend more money. So technically should have a better elite league on the back of that, because Manchester with a bigger budget, due to the fact that they have an extra 3,000 seats, means a hell of a lot more money in the budget, a much better team we've already seen their recruiting. Like they can recruit,
Yeah.
recruit good players. Now, give them a bit more money, they can recruit better players. So ultimately, and that's presuming that the Storm go ahead and move to Trafford, which you would expect them to.
Yeah. You would think
Kind of
so. I can't
goes,
see any.
yeah. Otherwise, you're looking at a whole new Elite League franchise on the doorstep. Two Elite League franchises in one city, never going to work. Like, it's just not. What it does open the door for is the return of the Phoenix and a team in the National League run out of Planet Ice, whether it's oh fuck, I just kicked my light over. Sorry. um,
Return of the Phoenix, eh?
yeah,
You're
so
a wizard, Harry.
a term that would be good for UK hockey, providing the right people go in and run it, and they have a competitive Manchester Phoenix in the second tier of UK hockey again. Can only be a good thing. Always enjoyed competing against Manchester. They always had really good teams. Tough place to go, not easy place to get a result. And like the way that would be set up though, it would be another Planet Ice team in the Planet Ice National League. And we've already spoke about the fact that Planet Ice want the league. So there's a lot that can come from this move.
I see things like I'm trying to look in a more positive light now. What I'm going to say. So you add an elite league. Well, you have this. Let's say Storm continue in the elite, and they move to the new arena. Altrincham, Return of the Phoenix. So what I like by this is the fact that you're going to get essentially a national team. And what we can do is with this move, we could probably add more sort of connections, more affiliations between clubs. You've got the
Yeah.
step of the Dogs and the Steelers. You could have the Phoenix to the Storm. You could have Phantoms to Panthers, Telford,
Yeah.
Coventry, whatever. If we could start to the positive of that, adding that extra team is to try to build that pathway.
And Solway have already got a good relationship with Glasgow. The fact that John's involved with both Glasgow and Solway, and
You got Bristol, Cardiff.
they got the
You
relationship
know,
already going on between Solway and Belfast. You got Mason over there, Kel Beattie. Other boys have kind of gone back and forth over the years. Max Stewart and other players. So connections are happening. I guess the hard one will be who who did Dundee and Fife use? Did they go to the SNL? There's some good players in the SNL. I'm guessing that they're going to have to start looking down that route because they wouldn't be as easy to start calling someone up from England. But that being said, when all their games are down, Nottingham, Sheffield, Coventry, Cardiff, you can use players from England to kind of work on a two-way system. So again, they could make relationships with clubs down in England as well as up in the SNL, and that would be maybe well, mate. That's how the AHL works, right? East Coast
yeah,
guys are getting called from different cities, different states, and they're expected to go play. Now, I think as long as there's decent like compensation packages in place and guys are getting paid properly for going on these two ways and all their travel sorted and everything's sorted for them, so they can just go and play hockey. Yeah, let's do it. All for it. And there's
I
got to
think
be some
that's the best way to grow it.
coaching coming down as well. There's
Yeah.
no point just like having this relationship. Imagine the value of, I don't know, Adam Keefe coming out and running fucking Solway practice Thursday, Friday.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
Corey Nielsen coming back to work with, I don't know, who did you say initially? Peterborough. Corey to come and work with Slava for a couple of practices. You're gonna get some ideas flowing. You're gonna get some hockey talk, and it'll start going down. Pete Russell jumping down to Bristol, having a conversation with the boys down there. Do you know what I mean? Like there is advantages to those sort of things, and I think if you build good relationships, that could happen. But we
Yeah.
go back to it. Let's just assume that the Storm are going to go. Do you think Planet Ice will put a team in Manchester? I think they go. They obviously got,
You
I
would.
think, the
You would.
Altrincham Aces or whatever they are now, like the NIHL one. But I'm talking like a national league team.
Yeah.
You got that built-in rivalry already up there.
Yeah.
Dogs, Hull, Leeds. All of a sudden, what they're getting up north is what we had: Basingstoke, Slough, Guildford, Bracknell. You know, back who else was it? Swindon in on that mix. You had that 5 teams within an hour of each other that just instantly struck up rivalries. You know, and they're the games you play on Boxing Day and New Year's Day between those sort of teams, and you start to build the kind of hatreds, and you want to fucking battle every time you play against them. And I think if you'd put a Manchester team in up there, it can only be good for the league.
Yeah. And then in the future, build one in Birmingham.
Mate, yeah,
That'd be good.
I think it'd be great to have a ice rink in Birmingham.
I think it's crazy. I know Coventry's not far. You got a couple of smaller clubs. Solihull's not so far away, but like for what is it? The second biggest city in the UK? Is Birmingham the second biggest city in the UK?
It's a big ass city. I don't know if it's second or what, but it's a big city. Yeah, it's a
And
huge
it's a
city.
sport. There's a lot of sport there. You know, you've got a lot of football clubs in the vicinity.
Yeah,
I think a hockey team there would be awesome.
right. Here we go. I'm not going to go through all of these because we had like 180 comments on it. But Peterborough gets a mention. Whitley Bay, Altrincham. I don't think Altringham's anywhere near the top five. Bradford, Grimsby, Bradford. Isle of Wight got a few mentions. Obviously, just sadly, I mean, there's another Planet Ice rink that is sitting closed. Basingstoke, Whitley Bay again. Lots of shouts for Whitley Bay, by the way.
Yeah,
Lots of shouts for Bradford. Here's one of a little bit more of obscurity for some of you that won't even remember this. Aldershot, Sheffield, Queens Road. I fucking played there. Um, yeah, that was a bad. Solent got a lot of shit on here. Solihull, again. I mean, your rink's got netting. Oxford says controversial. Well, I think until Oxford get netting, you could probably say until Oxford get plexi, you could probably say
Lexi.
yeah. But the actual rink itself and the whole setup's fine. If they just put some plexi in there, it'll be a class little rink, that Oxford rink. What else have we got? Solent, Gillingham, Basingstoke, Solent, Peterborough. Right. Basingstoke, Solent, Peterborough, Invicta, Solihull. Basingstoke, Solent, Peterborough, Invicta. If you are watching this, Planet Ice, this is Mark. I don't really even get to this. What about the money? The money is obviously it's not going into the buildings they've got right now. From what we can tell, Planet Ice will not be funding any of the build costs. They will just be operating. So they're not spending any money there. So they're now getting this new ice rink that they're going to be operating and probably putting in quite a tidy fee for doing so. Would you like to see some of that money maybe go back into sorting some of the shit out they've got at their other rinks?
Absolutely. And you know what? It doesn't even take huge amounts of money. We spoke about this off air. It's not like we need to tear down a building. No, just like Peterborough, give it some new ice, give it some new boards, maybe
It would
add
make a huge difference. You can't
make
really.
make the changing rooms a little bit better for the away. I know it's not nice. You don't want to make the away changing rooms amazing, but at
You want
least
them
make them.
respectful.
Yeah, exactly. But you're not talking. I know the ice pad would probably cost a chunk, but it's not going to cost millions, is it?
No, they they definitely need new ice there. And watching a game in Peterborough, there's nowhere else to put any seats. Box 7 at Peterborough there. I know they follow along on here. They've tidied the suites up and stuff upstairs. They look fucking wicked. They look like a
Yeah,
like a good match night experience. The home change room is fine. The boys have taken
yeah.
care of that. Like the home change room, solid. They just need like a few bits again. But imagine Peterborough with new boards. What difference it would make? Make a huge difference to the game there. The glass is fine probably for the most part, so it'd probably be just new boards. And again, you need the ice to be flat. It's never been the flattest. The boys do a good job there to try and keep that up and running, but this is it's not fit for purpose. There's a few that are just tired and needed work doing years ago, and it's not been done. Basingstoke's a prime example. Like
Yeah,
Obviously, they got their shiny new ones in Bristol and Milton Keynes. It's time they start pulling the trigger on the Basingstoke issue.
definitely. It's embarrassing that nothing's happened.
Mate, drive past there every day waiting for some scaffolding to go up or something, but nope. No,
Sad.
nothing seems to be happening. We're into January now. I mean, there is zero chance of bison are back, right?
No, not unless they're building a secret pad somewhere and just haven't told us.
Yeah, just haven't told it. I mean, that would be kind of fucking badass.
Yeah, dream on.
Just imagine they went, right, rink's ready. You went, what? I think they start building it. Sick.
3,000 seater.
Mate, that'd be sick in Basingstoke. 3,000 seats, because I tell you what, the people at Basingstoke will come out and watch.
Yeah,
I mean, maybe more so back in the day when there was a few more tear ups. I think the people at Basingstoke are probably a little bit more interested. But also back in the day, you had that community, that relationship, and if Basingstoke could get a 3,000 seater, they'd build that back up real quick, and I think it would be actually be really good. And then you'd have to ask the question again: would Basingstoke look at the Elite League? They've been there before. They went there with like 1,500 seats. If they could go there with 3,000 seats, they could compete a little bit more. But hey, pipe dreams. I'm sure all the Basingstoke fans that are watching this would just be happy to have some hockey back in their rink. I
yeah.
mean, obviously the Buffalo are doing good things this year, but you can only 100 people can go in and watch them. So by the time mums and dads, sisters, brothers, girlfriends, and all that, I don't imagine there's going to be many tickets left for spectators. So even though you've got Pets, Helen Wilson, Dan Weller Evans, you've got a few ex Bison boys playing there. Tom Banner's gone back, I believe. They've got like a good side this year. They've qualified for the semi-finals, and no one can go watch. So it's quite annoying. And the fact that what they pay for ice time in that building is just, yeah, it's not good enough.
Criminal. Really, to even charge for that place is
Mm.
disgusting.
I don't know. I know they need to keep the lights on. They need to pay the bills. They need to pay the staff.
Yeah,
I do understand that, but
yeah.
also when it's
Provide
that
a
much
better service.
when it's that much of a shithole, can you really charge full whack for it? And it's a lot more expensive than other rinks locally. I say locally, there's not many rinks left locally, but obviously we've had things on here where we've reached out to people and asked what they're paying and what their junior subs are and how many times a week they get on the ice and stuff like that. And Basingstoke ranks like a F for what they're paying for their ice. And it was actually one of the topics I brought up with Daniel Smith when we did the podcast. I was like, do you have a spreadsheet that tells you what every age group, every club in the UK pay per hour for ice? Because if not, you do need to. And then when we do get this funding, we need to look at going, okay, right, kids in this area are paying £100. Kids in this area are paying £80. Kids in that area are paying £150. Right. Okay, so kids in that area might need a little bit more help. Kids, do you know what I mean? So we can start just
A
leveling the
youth
playing
cap.
field. Yeah, yeah, essentially a youth
A
cap.
youth. I know we've got different rinks operating, but we need something in place for juniors, like to make it more accessible, more affordable. Let's actually use the money that we've got and maybe lose a little bit to allow kids the chance to play hockey and make it one set rate. And let's say if they're traveling around, then with their pass, they can maybe access ice at given open slots. Maybe a pass that could allow them free skating if they're in Blackburn or if they're in Solway, anywhere, just
Getting the youngsters
let the
out
kids
skating.
get, yeah, because this is why kids are doing so good in other countries in the world is because of accessibility to ice. And
Well, we
if we
saw
can do
today.
something,
Sorry,
we
mate.
don't have ice rinks, we don't have enough. We have a decent amount, but not enough. We could always have more. But let's give something to allow the kids to be able to skate anywhere.
Yeah, I'd
Like,
like
let's
to
not
see that.
restrict them.
Well, Austria put a bit of a beat down on our under 16s at the Youth Olympics today. We lost 12-3. It was 4-3 going into the third period there. Austria ran away with it. Danny put a quote out saying that had a really good opportunity to make it 4-4 and they didn't take it, and that ended up really costing them. Austria ran away with it. Good experience for these kids nonetheless, getting to play against a nation like Austria, getting to play at the Youth Olympics. That's fucking badass. They're over there in Korea, I believe. It's Korea, in it?
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
South Korea, yeah.
South Korea. Yeah.
F1.
Wow, I didn't think it'd be North Korea. Imagine that, sending all the kids
You
over
should...
to fucking. Yeah, lads, you're going away from representing GB. You got a tournament. You're like, sick. Where are we going?
Yeah,
North
but
Korea.
they're not going to win it. North Korea won it.
Yeah, North Korea won it. Obviously, they
Beat
decided that.
Canada.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, imagine that for your first trip away with GB. You're going to North Korea. You're like, okay. Like, cause what do? You're 15. You want to represent GB. They go, you go to North Korea. You're like, guess we're going to North Korea then, lads. Let's go. You're a bunch of 15-year-olds. Like, you probably wouldn't even care. You just want to play hockey. But nah, honestly, good luck to them for the rest
Great
of the way.
experience.
Great experience. What a cool thing to be part of. And yeah, anytime the GB lot well, the girls are out playing right now as well. Let's have a look. Let's see how they're getting on. I believe they beat Netherlands to start, and then they lost to China. And then I can't remember what the rest are. Have you seen any of it, Mark? I just
Did they get a bit of a... Did they take a bit of a hammering against China?
Yeah,
I honestly don't know. I hope they're doing well.
Under 18s, we're currently 1-0 up against Latvia today, and that is live on the live stream. That is on YouTube right now. There you go. Which would be no good. It'd be no good for you guys by the time you watch this, but it gives me a Mark something to watch. Yeah, so let's go.
Yeah, good luck.
Let's go, girls. 1-0 up currently. Let's have a look how the rest of the tournament's panning out for them. Currently sitting in third, 3 games, 2 wins, 6 points, 1 loss. Full schedule. Let's have a look who that other game they played. So they started the tournament off with a 4-0 win over Kazakhstan. Good shutout there. Let's have a look.
Nice.
Let's have a look who scored the goals. So play-by-play. No, we don't need play-by-play. Game details. Ellen Reese, Ruby Newlands again, and Ellie Patrick with the 4 goals in that first game. And who was it that got the shutout? Evelyn Brown with the shutout. So congratulations, Evelyn. That's awesome. Holy shit.
Yeah, decent.
China beat fucking Netherlands 18-0. So stop, they're already dead. It's like, Jesus.
18.
Holy shit, how are Turkey in this division? What fucking division are these girls in? You got Kazakhstan and Turkey in the same division. How is that even a thing?
Turkey have put a lot of money in the last couple of years into women's ice hockey. They built a new facility as well.
Oh, awesome.
I know they're really pushing it. And in Kazakhstan, they're really pushing juniors there at the moment.
So China obviously beat Great Britain 6-2, which, when you look at the rest of the China's results, 6-2 seems all right because...
yeah, that seems respectable, doesn't it?
Yeah. They
18.
Yeah, and they beat Turkey 11-0. So 29 goals across 2 games. 35
so they
across
beat
3
Turkey. Turkey conceded less goals than the Netherlands.
Yep.
I would have thought the Netherlands would have been a little bit stronger than Turkey. I don't really know a lot about Turkish hockey.
Let's see who scored the 2 goals in the China game for Great Britain. So Ruby Newlands, what tournament she's having? That's 3, and Emma Lamberton. So shout out to those girls on that one, and then
a hat trick from Holy Sheet.
Holy Sheet. Another shutout for Evelyn Brown. This time against the Netherlands, they win 4-0. Good result, the ladies. Ellie Patrick, another goal for her. Lily Endicott, another goal for Ruby Newlands. That's goals in 3 games straight. I think 4 goals on the tournament. Awesome work. And Casey McGregor, she chucked the 4th one in there. What a tournament that some of these girls are having. Ruby and Evelyn, 4 goals and 2 shutouts in 3 games. We like that.
Great news. Really positive.
As I said, currently 1-0 up against Latvia. Mate,
that's really decent.
That's the news we want. Like, if we can see that out, we're probably looking at the silver medal. We can get this victory over Latvia. In fact, let's have
who are top?
China.
Oh, of course. Sorry, that was really dumb to ask.
They've
Yeah.
scored 35 goals. They've scored 35 goals in 3 games, mate. I think it's safe to say they're at the top.
Dumb comment of the year.
So if we win this game against Latvia in regulation, we would go 2 points ahead. We'd be on 9 points. They'd be on 7 points. And then we would have Turkey to finish up. You would like to think we beat them. So we'd all but secure the silver medal with this game versus Latvia today. So go on, girls, keep it up. 1-0. Leading as we go. Ladies and gents, that was our take on Planet Ice bringing an ice rink to Trafford. Although they're not going to be the owners of the rink by the looks of things, they're going to be the operators. I'd be interested to know more about the owner, who's actually going to own the development and who's actually going to own the rink. Because I guess their vision for it is going to go a long way to see how ice hockey pans out there.
Yes.
And also,
Hope it's not Mike Ashley.
yeah, or just how do we think Planet Ice are going to do with running events that are not ice hockey? Because this is the one thing.
Do they run? Do they?
Well,
They
yeah, they're going to
run.
be.
They run a few events, haven't they? Do they run Disney? Well, no,
Yeah,
not
Holiday on
Disney.
Ice and shit like that. Disney
Yeah,
on Ice, yeah. But it's more. I'm more thinking like
gigs.
singer, boxing, fucking whatever you turn the arena in for, and then getting it back ready again for the next thing, whether it be turning it back into an ice rink. If it's an arena, did a basketball team play out there as well?
Yeah.
All these other questions, which I'm sure will be answered at a later date. But ladies and gents, do all the good stuff. Subscribe, comment, let us know what you think. Will we see the return of the Phoenix? Will the Storm move across? And will Planet Ice make a success of ice hockey in Trafford? We shall see. Mark, it's been fun. Ladies and gents, see you
As
again
always,
soon. Peace.
peace.